Time to get into the top three. Number three on the list of the top 14 extinct Disney attractions is Maelstrom. This was a traditional log flume ride with a little bit of a twist, and let me tell you, it was really loved by a lot of people. It opened in 1988 in the Norway Pavilion in the World Showcase at Epcot Center. Originally, it was going to be called Sea Venture, but they decided to call it Maelstrom. It was set in this kind of Norway pavilion. You'd see a lot of Norway flags, and you'd even see people from Norway, ambassadors, as they'd talk a little bit about Norway. And you'd see, when you get into the ride vehicle loading area, you can see this big mural of Norway's history. Like you see the Vikings of old and polar bears, trolls, to current nowadays people on sea cruises, fishing, and luxury liners and such. The vehicles themselves were pretty amazing too. They were these Viking longboats that you'd load onto, and you'd go up this hill, and you see the Germanic god Odin, and you see his eye kind of glowing, and a voice talking about those who seek the spirit of Norway, seek peril and adventure of some kind. And at the top, you'd pass Vikings, audio animatronics, of course, selling in on Norway and venturing. And then you get into this room where you see a three-headed troll, and something, I think it's called a Necken. It's a water spirit. It looks like an owl covered in tar rising up out of the water. And at that point, your vehicle stops and starts going backwards. The trolls cast a spell on you, saying, "Disappear over the bog." And then you'd go backwards, which was kind of a thrilling element, and you'd pass by these puffins and polar bears until you get to this waterfall where there's a hole outside where people outside could see you. It would pop out, looks like you're going to go over, but then your ride vehicle goes forward, passing, I think, a tree spirit or an earth spirit, like the tree rising up with a big eye, kind of, and then you plummet down on the waterfall where you get a little bit wet, not too badly, and you pass this oil rig that's standing by in the North Sea with the storm, and then you unload in the Viking village. No, Norway village, I mean. Unfortunately, it closed down in 2014 to make way for Frozen Ever After because it was very popular. A lot of people were pretty upset because the attraction was one of a kind, and me personally, I feel like the World Showcase is losing, its original intent. It's trying to educate people about, the different countries. And Norway, it kind of lost a lot of its identity, the whole pavilion, with it being frozen. And you kind of wonder, is it Norway? It doesn't really seem like it. So I'm kind of bummed out. I missed the ride. But I will say this, the Frozen Ever After ride is really wonderful. The audio animatronics are amazing. Most of the time they move so fluidly, you'd think they're real. And the way you go through Arendelle, the store with the big summer blowout, the trolls, and you go up, you see Queen Anna's castle, and Sven and Kristoff and Anna, and of course you go backwards just as usual, and you pass Marshmallow and the little cute snowmen and everything. You go down, and the music is great. Like, it really is a great ride. I am a little worried because it's still the original track from 1988. So you do have to wonder, like, is it going to break down a lot, or did they really update it? It's still pretty old, even though it's got a new, fresh update. With that being said, I do like how it is now. I just wish they could have done it in a different park, update it somewhere else. I always thought that they were going to update it with the characters from Thor. Like, you could see them coming down from the Bifrost. You see Thor or Loki or Odin or something. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. But what do you guys think? Did you like Maelstrom? Did you not like it? Do you prefer Frozen? Do you not prefer Frozen? Do you feel like Norway is losing its identity? Do you feel the World Showcase is not really becoming what it used to? Do you feel Epcot is not becoming what it used to? Leave it in the comments below, and we're going to get into the big heavy hitters right now with number 2. tomorrow.